Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a bit of a different video, especially from a different angle. I know this looks normal, but in a minute it's not going to look very normal. I'm going to show you guys up close and personal with my makeup collection. I did at some point last year, I think before Halloween or after Halloween or something like that, during the summer, I can't remember. I showed you guys my makeup drawers individually, showed you my makeup drawers. I did two videos. One video was like my lips and skin and lashes, and then my other video was my big Alex drawers over here, which has like my pigments, blushes, glitters, single shadows, liners, highlighters, contours, eyeshadow palettes, all that kind of jazz was over there. That was that video. But I thought, well, you couldn't really see anything in those videos because I couldn't swatch anything. I was just going through and showing you how I have organized it mostly. So I thought maybe you might like to see actual up close, and I might do it overhead looking down on my desk, and we'll swatch a few things. I don't know if I'm going to swatch every single thing. I mean, I might end up doing that, I'm not sure, but we might swatch everything. And this is going to be the first one. I think I am going to start with lips is the way we're going to start this, because it's right here beside me. It's going to be a lot easier just to do that, and I can work through my drawers as we go. I'm pretty sure that's actually the order that I put them in the other videos as well. So we might do it that way. It might be just easy. But say like glosses, I have a lot of clear glosses or glosses that don't really have a lot of colour in them. I don't know if I'm going to swatch all of those. Lipsticks, I might swatch everything. A lot of stuff you can't really get nowadays anyway, so I've just collected them. Liquid lipsticks, I'll probably swatch everything because they're fun. I'm probably not going to show you guys like foundation, like swatch or anything like that, but I will show you the bottles and explain a little bit about them. I'm going to try and be like real quick and snappy with everything. I don't want this to be a super long video, even though the intro is already very long. And glitters, I'm probably not going to swatch any of those, but I'll show you what they look like. Pigments, I will swatch. Palettes, I will swatch, but I'll probably do palettes into like 2 different videos. So yeah, we'll have a little play around. We'll see, you can compare things. I'll give you the names of everything. I'll try and list everything. I might not. I don't know. We'll see. I might though. If I get a chance to, I will list everything, or I'll do it in the future anyway. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing each month. Once a month, I will be doing it. I will break everything down. Each video might differ depending on how many things I swatch, how I explain things, how I show things even. But I'm hoping you guys like it. I hope you guys want to see an up-close version of my makeup collection. And let's get started. We are going to start with lipsticks, I think. So yeah, let's get started. Hello. This is a weird angle, I know, and I feel like I have to constantly talk with my hands right now. We are going to swatch some lipsticks, not just these lipsticks. I have an abundance of lipsticks, so this is probably going to be a long video, and I've already mentioned it in the intro. I may not swatch absolutely everything. I may, if it's a very sheer lipstick that doesn't really give off any colour, I probably won't swatch it, but I might swatch it. I don't know. I don't really know how I'm going to do this video, so you can let me know down in the comments if there's anything you think I can change or whatever. Let me know. But this is not just MAC lipsticks that I'm going to be showing, but the first like 5 or 6 rows in my drawer are MAC. So we're going to start with those, and I'm just going to work my way through everything. So it's kind of done brand by brand just to make it a little bit easier. And we'll just see. And I'll let you know anything that's discontinued, that was limited edition that I know of. If there's any colours, I don't know from every brand. I do know a lot from MAC because I use MAC a lot. So I'll have to see if I can remember from other brands, but I'll be able to tell you here or there which MAC ones are discontinued if you can't get them anymore. But I do buy a lot of limited edition, so bear that in mind that some of these lipsticks you might not be able to get anymore. But it's fun to have and fun to see, and fun to see for reference. So let's start. I've just brightened up my lights a little bit as well, just so it's a little bit easier to see, because from the viewfinder it looked a little bit dark. So this is how we're going to start. We're going to go from this end to this end, because this is actually how I've done it in my drawer, that this side starts lighter and works darker. But say these are 4 colours that go light to dark, and then it goes from light again, if that makes any sense. Also, I'm trying not to hit off everything, so yeah, we're going to swatch it on my arm anyway, just so we can see the colours. So let's start here. This is Hark. This came out with Christmas collection, I'm pretty sure. It's a cream sheen, so it's a nice kind of glossy, creamy kind of finish. It's not the most pigmented in the world, like it wouldn't be as pigmented as a matte, but it's a beautiful cool toned nude leaning on the brown side. Next then we've got Femme Only. This is a bit rosier, a bit more dark, a bit stronger, and it's a matte finish as well. Try to describe the textures for you. So that'll give you a little bit more of a pinky tone, very similar to like Twig or Mare as well, if you have those. Then we've got Half Calf is a satin finish. This is a bit cooler again. This is actually a little bit more like Twig. If you do have Twig, this is probably a bit closer to Twig when you see it in real life. But that's really nice. I do love the satin formula from MAC. And then next up we've got Nutmegged. That sounds weird. This is also a matte finish. And this is more brown and a warmer, kind of has a hint of orange in it. Sort of brown. They're really nice colours. I really like them. I try not to use things that are limited edition in my videos too much because they are, you can't get them, but also I want to use them because they're my own collection. So, and I've paid money for them. So yeah. This one here is Gossamer Wing. This is discontinued and it was a luster, one of my all-time favorites. I wish I had another one. I do still have a lot of it left, but it's a sheer, the luster texture is sheer. This kind of has a little bit of a gold champagne sort of look to it. You can see that. There you go, you can kind of see it there. But it just, with the right pencil, it looks so stunning and soft on the lips. Next up is Creme de Nude, a big favourite of mine. As you can see, this is a cream sheen. So it's a super creamy nude. Also very pale. I like a pale nude because I can just darken it with a pencil and put whatever tone pencil I want with it. That also has a glossy finish. The lusters sometimes have a bit of shimmer in them where the cream sheens don't. They're more of a cream sort of texture. Next up then, this one here is from the Mariah Carey collection as far as I know. It's called All I Want. And it's a frost, so this one definitely has shimmer in it. I haven't really used it too much and it's got the most stunning butterfly kind of engraved on it. And yeah, I don't wear shimmer lipsticks as often as others, but I probably wear them more than a lot of people would. So this kind of has a similar tone to Gossamer Wing, except it's a little bit deeper. Just a little bit, but it definitely has more sparkle, like full on sparkle, where the luster is more of a glossy finish with a little bit of a sheen in it. This one has like actual sparkle in it, but I really like it. Next up then is How Tropical. This is kind of like Creme de Nude but darker. It has a bit of a deeper kind of tone to it, but still on the kind of a, what way I say a yellowy nude, but I feel like that's not what people want to hear. It's also a cream sheen formula. That one has been discontinued. The Mariah Carey one was obviously limited edition, but Creme de Nude is always around in store if it's in stock, obviously. This one here is Leave Me Breathless. I'm pretty sure you can still get this one. This one is a bit darker again, like slightly. They're very similar. I don't mind having two that similar because I do wear this kind of nude a lot. And this is an amplified texture. So the amplified texture is kind of like the cream sheen texture, except really, really pigmented, but super creamy as well. Almost like a gel kind of formula. Next up then is Arrowhead. It's a matte finish. This came out with the Vibe Tribe collection. There was a lot of controversy with that collection, but whatever. I love this colour so much. It's a matte finish. And this one is like a very pale nude with a pinky undertone in it. It's so pretty. I love this with Stone lip liner, Whirl lip liner, Plum lip liner, Soar lip liner, whichever. And then Flesh Pot is like the equivalent to it that's around all the time. I don't know if this is being discontinued. I think I seen it on the website on the goodbye list, but I don't know. If so, I'll be buying 3 of them just to have it. This is a satin finish. And satin, I didn't say before, was very close to the mattes, but a little bit more moisture in them, but still not super shiny. Like, they're definitely not as shiny as the others. But that also is very similar to Arrowhead. It's a touch darker, but very similar. You get a very similar look with it. I get the feeling that my arm is going to be very stained during this. So let's move on to the next row. So we're going to start over this side again. This is Viva Glam 2, very popular shade. It's a satin finish. It's always around. It's one of the most popular lipsticks right now. It's a kind of like Flesh Pop, but a little bit deeper. And a little bit cooler as well. But again, pair this with Plum lip liner and you are winning at a nude lip. It's so pretty. Also, please excuse my janky nails. I need to do a second coat on them. Then we're on to Pretty Natural, which is was a limited edition one. It came out with during the summer or something like that, one of the years that I bought it. And this is a cream sheen. It's lighter, but the tone is warmer, so that's why I've put it after the Viva Glam, just because it's a little bit warmer, so it varies a bit more from, say, the Flesh Pot, which was in the last set. Then I've got Love You Back, another big favourite of mine. This one is a permanent one as of right now. This is a matte finish as well. Very similar to, say, the Viva Glam 2, but a little bit, like a tiny bit more pink in it. Then we've got Love Drow. Actually came out with the Pretty Natural one, but this one has a shimmer. It's also discontinued. I really hope I don't go out of focus in this, by the way, just saying. It's a frost finish, so it definitely has like a full-on shimmer. And this one has a bit more warmth in it. Again, here you can kind of see the shimmer a little bit better when I do that. But yeah, very nice. Then we've got Brick Ola, which is definitely warmer and deeper. Mine's a little bit broken actually, so I have to be very gentle with it. It's also an amplified, but you can see instantly it's like a gel going on, but super, super pigmented and very shiny. But this is like a bricky nude, like a terracotta kind of nude. If you wanted a red, but like a soft red, which to me, if you want red, you're going red. But if you want a soft red, you can definitely do this one. It's such a nice colour, especially going into the autumn. If you have red hair and fair skin, don't know what to wear as far as lipstick, this kind of colour is beautiful. And I actually have another one for that kind of hair and skin tone as well. Next then is Twig, which I've mentioned earlier. Matches those other limited edition ones. This one's permanent and it's a satin finish. And you can see there what I meant. It's a little bit deeper. It's still a nude, on the rosier side of nude though. There. Next up then is Strength, and I think this is discontinued as far as I can remember. It's a frost finish, but it's not as sparkly. Like this has actual sparkles in it, this one, the Love Drow. But this one here is more of just a shimmer, but it's a bronzy kind of colour. If you can get your hands on it, do. It's a stunning colour, especially in the summer, or if you've got like a medium deep kind of skin. It's a lovely nude as well. So yeah, very pretty. I'm sorry if I'm not giving a huge amount of description on these. I don't want this to take forever, and I've like over 100 lipsticks, so we're gonna try and get through this. This one is Spirit. It's a satin finish, very popular. It's a deeper nude, so definitely deeper than say the Viva Glam, but on the cooler side of a brown as well, because I've got other ones that are a little bit more warm. Very pretty. If you like to still look like you've got lipstick on, but you do like a nudie kind of colour. Then we've got Soar, it's one of my favourites. You do have Soar lip liner, and it does match the lip liner perfectly. But bear in mind, when you wear that lip liner, you tend to wear a lighter lipstick with a lip liner, most of the time anyway. This actually matches the lip liner. A lot of people think it's very, very dark, but it's the same. But I do love it because it's that kind of plummy, mauvey kind of colour. It's a matte finish as well. But I love it. That's very satisfying, that right there looks very satisfying. Then we've got Film Noir, which is a big winner for me. This is a satin finish. Make sure I'm in frame. And this is a super beautiful brown, chocolatey brown. It's not the only chocolatey brown I have. Oh, it's just stunning. So, so beautiful. I love this going into the autumn and winter. Then we've got Antique Velvet, which is my other chocolatey brown. And this is a matte finish. So it comes out a lot darker because it is matte. Because the matte colours tend to be more flat, so they don't give off as much light than the shiny ones. Very similar. I would say the Antique Velvet is a touch cooler, just a touch, but it's not too noticeable. Either one would work for you, just depends on the texture you prefer. But that is the lipsticks for that row. I think we're moving into a little bit more colour, or a bit more pinky, peachy kind of colours. Okay, never mind, this is actually a whole load of reds, so that's what we're moving on to. So we're going to start over here, which is a Powder Kiss. I think I have at least one of these, maybe two. I'm definitely one, obviously, because I have it in my hand. This one is Shocking Revelation, and the Powder Kiss is a soft matte. It's that kind of blotted lip sort of look. Very soft matte if you don't like too heavy of colours, especially with, say, the likes of reds or deeper kind of shades, but you like the tone of them or the general colour of them, but you don't want the impact. The Powder Kiss are lovely. So this one is Shocking Revelation. They're very satisfying to swatch, by the way. But you will have a blurred edge with them, so you can apply a pencil with them if you want to. And I would say they're like a moisture matte. So like, yes, they're a flat, powdery looking colour, but there is a little bit of moisture in them still. And they actually taste a little bit sweet as well on the lips, which is weird. Some people don't like it, I've heard. I don't mind it, it doesn't bother me. Because MAC are known for their classic vanilla scent, but this has like the vanilla scent, but a sweeter kind of taste to it if you had licked your lips accidentally or something like that. Now we're going to move on to Brave Red, one of my faves. This is a cream sheen. Again, if you like a red but you want something a bit softer, the creamy textures are always better because you can blot them down a little bit or just put a little bit on at a time. The mattes tend to come out very pigmented anyway. And I would consider both of these to be like bluer tones, especially the first one, the Shocking Revelation, is definitely a blue toned red. This one's leaning into the neutral side but still has a more bluey undertone. And when I say blue, I mean pink. It kind of, if you look at it sometimes and it looks a bit pink, that's a blue undertone. It's a cool tone. But then if you're looking at something and it's more orangey, it's an orangey undertone. This one here is Give Me Fever, and this is a Love Me lipstick. So this one, as far as I know, it's a creamy consistency that's super, super pigmented. And it almost gives a stained look after a while. Really nice. Love this colour. It's very similar to Brave Red. Sorry, let me try and get this straight over my veiny arm. Very similar to Brave Red, but more pigmented. Definitely more pigmented. We can see the sheen off of them there. Very nice. And I love the I wish MAC's packaging was like this all the time. I wish like the mattes had like this matte sort of look to the packaging, but with the colours on them like this one. And then move on to say like the frost would be like sparkly, and then the creams would be like this glossy finish. The satins would be like a semi-gloss. I don't know. I would just like the colours. They're pretty. This one here is one that was discontinued. This is Damn Glamorous. It's a matte finish. I'm pretty sure I bought the last one in my local store because I seen it and I was like, ooh, what's that? I'd never even heard of it, and then I was never to be seen again. It's a matte finish, again leaning on the bluey side, very similar to the Shocking Revelation. From my eye anyway, that's what it looks very similar to, but a very nice colour, super nice bright red. And then we've got MAC Red. This is definitely an even more bluey toned colour. It's a satin finish, so again it has a bit more of a creaminess to it. Definitely really nice and strong, but it definitely has more of a blue tone than the others. Then this one's in very weird packaging. The lid is normal, but the bottom is from a collection. It was the Toledo collection as far as I can remember. This is called Victoriana, and it's a matte finish. And again, it's a little bit more blue tone than say the other matte, which is the Damn Glamorous. It leans more like the MAC Red. And then we've got Classic Ruby Woo. I don't use this very often. I did use it in my Christmas looks. It's retro matte, and the retro mattes are the drier matte formula. So if you go into MAC by Ruby Woo and put it on and don't like the texture, so therefore you don't like mattes, this is not the same matte texture as the one I just did. It's completely different. It's definitely a drier texture, but it's a beautiful red. It's a classic red. If you don't like a super strong red, you might not like how impactful it is. Then we've got my favorite red. If I'm going red, this is my classic for me. This is Russian Red. It's a classic matte, a little bit deeper though, and I love that, especially for me with being so, oh my goodness, especially with me for being so fair and blonde and everything. I just think that's such a stunning red. Then we've got another absolute classic. This is, I'm pretty sure this is around 25 years, this lipstick. This is Viva Glam 1, very similar to the Russian Red, a little touch darker, again a bit more bricky. Also a matte finish, and I would go between either one as my favourite red. I would say Russian Red is the one I tend to grab first, but if I don't have it with me, or I need a red, if I ran out and I didn't have or whatever, I would use the Viva Glam 1. Next then is a Christmas collection from like 2 years ago, I think. This is called Straight Fire, and it is a matte, but it does have a shimmer in it, but it still goes on like a matte. Like there's no like glossiness to it or anything like that, or super sparkliness to it, but there is a sheen in it, if that makes sense. Definitely deeper, a bit more plummy, has a bit more of a winey cranberry kind of undertone to it. And then the last one for these is D for Danger, another favourite of mine. This is a lot deeper, definitely more leaning into the wine side, and this is also a matte finish. Bushy, stunning too, that is very satisfying as well. Okay, I'm really going to try and fly through these because I've already been filming for 20 minutes. I'm only on row number 4. So we have got Marrakesh. This is another one I said for the redheads out there that want a nice colour that's going to complement their skin and also their hair. This one is Marrakesh. It's a beautiful burnt orange but has a bit of brown in it, so it's really nice. I don't know what it is about this colour. It has become one of my absolute favourites. I wore it in one of my Christmas looks as well. Such a stunning colour. I need to really wear that a lot more. And then we've got Sandy B. That's a matte finish, by the way. And then Sandy B is a frost. I think this has been discontinued. It's a super soft peach with a little bit of a gold sheen in it. Very nice. We've got Pure Vanity, which was from Vibe Tribe, and it's a luster. It's a sheer colour. I have used this a good bit actually, especially in my own personal life. Definitely more peach, has a bit more orange in it, and super glossy, not too shiny, not too shimmery. Then we've got Tumble Dry, which is a luster. This came out with the what was it called? Wash and Go. I can't remember. Definitely more of an orange, like a sheer orange. Really nice, also glossy. Then we've got a cream sheen, which is Fanfare. I used this actually in one of my last videos there. Actually, I think it was my last video. No, it wasn't. I filmed it the other day. It's coming up actually in a video. Super soft, corally kind of colour, which I really like. It's a very nice everyday colour, very popular with people as well. Then we've got a Frost, which is Costa Chic, super bright. This is what I was going to use in the video that's coming up. You'll see that. Definitely more of a bright classic kind of coral shade. Then we've got Politely Pink, a very obviously well loved one of mine. This is a luster, so it's a sheer kind of colour, but it's a bit more pink. It's like the Gossamer Wing, but it has a bit more pink in it. But I love it. It just gives a nice look to my own lip colour, which I really like. Then we've got Cream Cup, which is a very popular one as well. Also cream sheen, and it's, if you're going for soft pink, this is the one to go for. It may look a lot darker than the other one that I just put down, but it is a lovely soft pink, especially with the right pencil. Really nice. Then we've got Peach Blossom, also another nice soft pinky colour, but this has a bit more warmth in it. It's a bit more peachy. Also a cream sheen, which is lovely. Then we've got one that was sadly discontinued. If you did like a light pink but still quite pink, this was lovely. It's a matte finish. I don't know why they got rid of this because they don't have anything else like this. Such a nice cooler toned pink. Was really pretty. And then we've got Faux, which is also a satin finish. That last one was a matte finish, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. Faux is probably one of the top sellers, I think, in MAC. Very popular for me and my life as well. It's a super soft, my lips but better for me. It's a very lovely colour. It's a satin finish as well. Don't worry guys, my entire collection is not just MAC. It's mostly a MAC if you're going by the ratio of everything else that I use, but it's not just MAC, so don't be worried about that. We will get on to other brands in a few minutes. But let's continue. So these ones here are a little bit more pink going into darker pinks, and then we'll eventually get into purples. This one's called Real Doll. This was discontinued. This is one of my favourite pinks I own. It's a super light girly Barbie pink and I adore it. It is a luster finish, but it's very pigmented for a luster in my opinion. From my experience with the lusters, it's quite pigmented, but I adore that colour. Then we've got Sunny Soul, which is a cream sheen, also a big winner for me. It's actually one of the first ones I bought ages ago. I think this has also been discontinued, which is sad. A very nice soft coral, especially for like my kind of skin. I think that's a beautiful colour if you're very fair as a coral, because sometimes corals actually look better when you're tanned, but on me this one is better. Then we've got Chatterbox. It's like a coral with more of a pink undertone to it. Oh yeah, Sunny Soul was a cream sheen, so glossy. This is an amplified, the Chatterbox. It's definitely a lot stronger, more of like a true sort of coral shade. Onto Impassioned. If you want coral, this is the one to go for. This is your classic coral. Look at that, super bright, leaning a little bit more pink than orange, but so nice. That's also an amplified texture. And then we've got Nice to Meet You, which was discontinued as well. Chatterbox and Impassion I think are still around, and this is leaning more into the raspberry kind of pinky colours, which I really like as well. I think they're very nice. And that's also a cream sheen, so a glossy texture. Then we've got Diva-ish, which is an amplified. This was discontinued, and this is more your classic bright hot pink. That was an atrocious swatch, but that's how that looks. Very nice. Then we've got Silly, which is a matte finish, and this is like your Candy Box, not Candy Box, Candy Yum Yum. Candy Box is a gloss from MAC. Candy Yum Yum style, but Candy Yum Yum is still a bit more neon, but it's in that same sort of style. Then we're on to No Faux Pas, which is a very, very, very nice colour, especially if you want pink that's bright but not neon or very gaudy looking. I wear this a lot on holidays because I think it looks beautiful when I have a little bit more colour, especially with the blonde hair. I think it looks beautiful. Then we've got this one here. It's in limited edition packaging, but it was just from the Christmas collection, but it is a permanent colour. This is All Fired Up, isn't it? Can't really read that. Yes, All Fired Up. It's a retro matte, so like the Ruby Woo. And this is like a pinky red, so it's not where the other reds have a pink undertone. This is like a pink with a red undertone. How beautiful is that? That's so nice. Such a nice matte. And then we're going into a little bit more purpley tone. So this one is called Plumful, and it's a luster. If you are a makeup artist and do bridal and like need something for like Mother of the Bride or anything like that, this is very popular. I use this a lot when I let people pick out their lipstick. The Mother of the Bride tends to go for this kind of colour. It's such a nice soft plum shade. It's very soft. Then we've got New York Apple, also one of the first ones that I bought, and this is a frost, so it has a shimmer in it. This is what I call like a cranberry sort of shade. That's how that looks there. It's a very soft red as well. Okay, so now we're definitely getting into more of the plummy shades, so let's start here. And I think we're getting nearly halfway into the drawer, like another row and we'll be halfway in. So this one is Captive. It's a satin finish, and if you want a plum shade, this is the one. Just a standard plum, nothing too insane or crazy. It's just a beautiful colour. And then we've got this one here, was a limited edition. This is Shimmer and Spice. It's a frost. It's such a cool colour. I love it. Don't wear it that often because it's hard to find an occasion to wear this kind of colour where I want to. It can go on a little bit patchy though. It's just the nature because it's more of a glitter lipstick. But it's so cool when it's on. I love it. I do have to layer it up, and I would definitely 100% use a pencil with that. It's kind of a copper bronze with a pink flash through it as well. Then we've got one that was also discontinued. This is Courting Seduction. It's an amplified, and I love this colour. It's such a weird colour, but I love it. It's like a lavender. It's a lavender lipstick, and I think it's stunning. Then we've got Up the Amp, which is also an amplified, and this is like a step down from that one. So this one is, if you like a purple, it's really, really nice because it's still a softer kind of purple. You could definitely get away with that every day if you wanted to. Then we've got Rebel, which is a satin finish, and this is your classic purple berry lip if you want that berry. And wait until you see when I take this off, I'm gonna be so stained. I've made the wrong decision right now. But yeah, that's such a classic berry colour. Next up then we've got Media, also a satin finish, and this is, for me, my kind of berry colour because I like dark. Love a dark lip. I love a dark, nearly burgundy kind of colour. Then we've got Instigator, even more purple. That has a bit more of like a berry tone to it, where this one, the Instigator, is a true deep purple. It's a matte finish. It's stunning. Get your hands on it. Then we've got the classic, absolute classic, and I've used this to death. This is Cyber. It's even cooler It's like a blackened purple, and it is a satin finish. Yes, these have all been satin finish so far. Next then is a frost, and it's called Pick Me, Pick Me, and it's another one of these sort of ones where it's more glitter than it is like full on colour. And this is like a lavender kind of glitter, and it kind of has like a gold fleck through it as well. I just think it's really interesting. Some of these colours are very weird and I wouldn't wear them all the time, but they're just very interesting. Then we've got my very, very, very first lipstick ever from MAC. Still smells perfectly fine, so I don't think it's gone off at all, because I don't really use it as often because I don't want to. I'm afraid to use it up. It's a silver. It's called Eloquent Air. It's a glaze. They used to do a glaze texture, which was very like the luster, and it's a silver. It's a very soft silver lipstick. One of my favourites. Such a weird colour and very, very me, and I adore it, and I will never ever throw it out because it's my first ever lipstick. Then we've got another frost, and this is No Interruptions. This is kind of like an olivey green kind of colour, which I know is weird, but I like it. Another one of those super sparkly ones, so you could use this as a topper if you wanted to. But yeah, how fun. They're all my really weird fun colours. Okay, so now we are on to a lot of the ones that are definitely discontinued, and I've one more that is not, I don't think, no, it's not. So let's just get into these. All of these from here to here are all discontinued, but I kind of got the heart to get rid of them, and I do love the colours that I have. So we've got Matte Royal, which is still around. It's a royal blue. It's a matte finish. Such a stunning blue colour, and I just knew I had to have it. I just knew I absolutely had to have it. Then we've got Driftwood, which is a lip tensity. The lip tensities were like a gel consistency. They stayed on so well. I don't know at all why they got rid of it, but it's just a super nice cool toned nude shade. And then we've got Clouds of My Coffee, which is a little bit warmer, more of your classic nude, and I love this colour, especially with like Whirl lip liner. It definitely has a bit more warmth in it, which I really like. Then we've got Smoked Almond. This was very popular at the time. More of a terracotta kind of colour, which was really nice. Especially if you're more tanned, that colour was beautiful. Then we've got Brick Dust, which is a little bit deeper, has a bit more of a bricky colour. Bit more orange in it. And then we've got Toast and Butter. Oh, there's a big dink in mine. I obviously did not put the lid on properly. This is definitely more of a tanned brown. Very much more of an ochre kind of brown. And then we've got Medium Rare, which is the pink. Very soft pink, and I love this pink. I think this is a pink that MAC are actually missing. They should bring this colour back in a normal lipstick if they don't want to bring back the whole line again. Then we've got Beetroot, which is more of a purple. More of a true purple. Really, really pretty colour. Mid-tone kind of purple. Very nice, very fun. And then we have got Hellebore. I don't know. And then this one is even more of a truer purple, a bit more of a violet-y kind of purple. Very fun. Then moving on to this here. I don't know exactly which collection this is. Oh wait, no, I do. Padma. Yeah, it just says Padma MAC. I don't recall the collection completely. But look at this colour, oh my goodness. This one is called Sumac. And it is a satin finish, matte finish, I'm not sure. Look how dark that colour is. It's such a stunning colour, and the packaging is beautiful. And then we're on to these ones here. This is a Sheen Supreme, and this was a very, very old texture from MAC. I can't get it open, oh my god. Ugh. I actually have two of this exact colour because I adored this colour with stone liner, and it's a super glossy formula. Can you even see that against my skin? No. They're very pigmented, like they actually do have a lot of pigment to them. It just looks like a sheen on my skin. But they're really, really pigmented and super creamy. And I just loved it. I thought they stayed on really well. Super glossy. I really liked it. But they were very, very pigmented. Way more pigmented than you think it is right there. Okay, so then we are on to the last of the MAC. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 MAC here, and then 4 Essence. We're going to get into the more drugstore style. These ones here are a little bit more interesting. So this is a Tender Talk lip balm. It's called Candy Wrapped. And basically the Tender Talks are those kind of lip balms that change colour according to the pH balance of your lips, but they all just tend to go like a pinky kind of colour. And this is like a super, super pale looking one. And then you put it on and it goes more pink. It's supposed to adjust to your own and give you the perfect colour on your lips, but to me they all just tend to go the same kind of colour. The next one that I have though is called Play With Me, and this one, I can't get these bottles open or tubes open, is more of a coral kind of colour, and it does come out a little bit warmer, but I think that's just the nature of the balm. But yeah, very sheer, super nice. They're just nice, and I like them for when I used to be able to go on holidays. Then we've got these ones here. These are the huggable lip colours, and these are basically just very glossy, sheer lip products, kind of like a lip balm as well. This one's called I'm In. Very similar actually to that Play With Me. I love this colour for just like an everyday. That's like my perfect everyday kind of colour because it's just sheer, glossy, has a little bit of colour, just makes my lips look lovely. Same in that texture, we've got Glamorized, which is more of a pink. Super, super hot pink. Like really hot pink. Oh my goodness, dropping everything. But it still has a bit of sheerness to it, but it's still pretty dang bright, which I think is lovely. And then we've got Red Necessity, also in that texture. I still can't get it open, my goodness. This one is a lot deeper, bit more, I don't know, vampy looking. Like they do have pigments in them. They're not super sheer, but they are on the sheerer side. And then you'll notice these two fellers right here, my little pandas. This is from Nico Panda. It's one of the collections that came out, and I just got these two because I thought they were fun. This one here is called Pop Babe. It's a matte finish, and again, it's a nice bright, bright pink. I do love a pink lip. I really, really do, apparently. And then we have got, what are you called? Galactic Mint, and it's a mint colour, and I just do not want to get rid of these because I think they're so pretty and the packaging is cute. And that minty colour, it's got, the time I throw that minty colour, it'll be the one time I actually need a minty colour. I know, I just know. Then moving on to Essence, we've got Dazzling Beige. This is just one of their normal lipsticks, but it's glossy, has a bit of shimmer in it. Very, very soft, nothing spectacular, just a super soft shine. Really nice though, I really like that kind of colour. Then we've got this one here, is a Colourpop, not Colourpop, it's an Essence, but the texture is Colourpop, and it's called Shine On, I think. No, the shade is Creme Brulee. And it's a bit more cooler toned, but yeah, like definitely more of a cooler tone, but super glossy, super like more sheer. It can definitely go more sheer if you want to. Then we've got the Essence Ultra Last Instant Colour in 05, which is more of a taupey kind of shade. These, to me, feel like a satin finish if you're comparing them to anything, say from MAC, but really nice and pigmented, and I'd imagine they set down and stay on quite well. And then we've got the Ultra Last Instant Colour 01. The shade actual name of this is So Ungrateful, because it's a grey. And then this one is Sand Aside. This is kind of like a khaki sort of shade, which is really weird. And make sure I'm in frame. So yeah, it's kind of like a khaki green, which I really like, and I have a nice idea for something like that kind of colour coming up soon. So yeah, they're weird and I love them. Okay, so I have one more Essence. This is a matte Vibrant Shock, and it's in the shade No to Mainstream. And it's a matte, and it's a super fun teal kind of colour. I also have a fun look coming up using this, as far as I can remember. But it's like a true teal sort of shade, and I think it's very, very pretty, really weird and interesting. Very hard to get colours like that from the drugstore as well. Then we're going to move on to Catrice. I have a good bit of Catrice, so we'll go through those. This is a Made to Stay, Ultimate Stay, and it's in the shade All That She Wants. I actually love this colour. I've worn this a lot, and these do stay on really well. I don't know if they still do this formula. yeah, look at that. Isn't that a beautiful everyday colour? I think that's so nice. It's like just deeper than my lip colour, which I love. Then we've got this one. Oh god, I've had this. I'm pretty sure I have like 3 of these. I love this colour so much. This is the ultimate colour in the shade Maroon. Yes, Maroon. It's not a maroon. It's actually very similar to that other shade here, but I love the texture of this. Has a little bit more of a brown undertone to it, but it's way more glossy. If you can see there, it's way more glossy. I just love the texture. I love how my lips look. I went through tubes of that in my time, and I'm pretty sure I still have like 2 somewhere in my drawer that I have as backup, because it was being discontinued, but then it ended up not being discontinued. Next up then we've got the ultimate colour in the shade Matte About Pink, which is a nice corally shade, leaning a little bit more on the orangey side. This is a little bit more matte. So yeah, that's very nice. That'd be lovely in the summer. Then we've got the ultimate colour in the shade My Red Card. I love, love, love this red so much. Oh my god. It's like a classic in your face neutral red with a sheen. I love it, love it, love it. It's not a shimmer, it just has a glossiness to it. Then we've got the ultimate shine, which is a bit more shiny. Some of them have a bit of sparkle in them, I think. This one is Get the Nudes Paper. Love it. This is a bit more of a soft neutral pink. They glide on so easy. You don't need to go heavy with those at all. Then this one here is also an ultimate shine, but this is a gel colour, so it's going to be a little bit more sheer. This is in the shade Orangina, and it is an orange. Look how bright that looks, but it's actually not that bright when it goes on because it's a little bit more sheer. Look at that. How fun is that? That'd be so nice in the summer. And you could pair that with a nice pencil. You could make that lean a bit more of a red orange if you want to with the right pencil. Moving on then, we've got another ultimate shine gel colour. This is License to Pink, and this is kind of similar to my nail colour actually, but actually no, on camera it doesn't look like that. In real life it does. It's like a neon pink. We know the way some neon pinks lean a bit orange sometimes. It's that kind of pink, but when it's on, it's pink. Super, super pink. And then another ultimate shine gel lip colour. This is Love's Divine. I love the names that they come up with from Catrice, they're so good. And then this one is just more of a berry kind of colour, like a sheer berry, which I love. They're super glossy, super nice. And then I have this one here. This is a Prismachrome. This is 040. It is blue and berries. And yeah, look at that. How fun is that? This is like a purple with a violet reflex and a bit of a blue reflex off. It has shimmer in it. It's stunning. It's so weird and lovely. I love it. And then last one for this row, we've got, this is an Urban Decay lipstick, one of my few Urban Decay lipsticks that I own. This is called F-Bomb. And it's a red. I think I got this in an advent calendar. Ooh. Oh, I don't wear that colour enough. I need to wear that. Look at that. That's nice. It looks like a satin finish as well. I like that. I actually need to bust that out a bit more. Okay, so then next up here we've got mostly Inglot up to about here, and then we've got 3 e.l.f. colours. So let's start here. This is Inglot's, it says lipstick. I think it's one of their slim gels or something like that they're called. It is in the shade 56. It's a soft pinky kind of colour. I really like the formula of this. I only have one of these. I kind of wish I had a few more. If they still do this formula, I wouldn't mind a couple more, but I do not need any more lipsticks. So Carolyn, no, you do not want more. Then we've got the shade 122. This is in their standard bullet. This one here is like just a frosty white. Nice bit of sparkle, bit of a sheen off it, but there's no colour off it. It's definitely more of a topper shade or something to wear with like a cool liner, or if you want to specifically do a look with a white sparkle. Then we've got the shade 413, and I can't get any of these open, oh my god. This is a bit more of just a classic nude. It's a matte formula. I wouldn't say Inglot's a matte formula is my favourite in the world. It's definitely on the drier side. It kind of feels more like the Retro Matte from MAC, which is not my favourite in the world either, but this is definitely more of a nude. It's a nice nude. It's the kind of nude I would tend to go for anyway. Then we've got the shade 142, which is a bit more pinky. This one has a bit more of a creamy texture. I don't really know if like the numbers correlate with the textures or anything like that. I've just kind of picked them online because I did a big order when they had a big sale on. Then we've got the shade 247. This is a shimmery pink. I actually got this in a goodie bag when I went to the launch of their store opening in Dublin. I was at the launch of 2 of their stores in Dublin the first time they ever opened, and I was one of the first few people there, and I got a goodie bag of this one and this one, I think, is it? Yes, I'm pretty sure it was this one was in a different goodie bag. So this is the shade 165. This last one here was a bit more of like a shimmery, just like a nice mid-tone pink, and then this one is a bit more of a cooler tone, has a bit of pinkiness in it, but it's definitely more on the brown side. It's shimmery as well, which I quite like. Then we've got the shade 436. This one here is a grey. Again, not my favourite texture. It's not the smoothest of textures. You'd want a good lip balm underneath this to get it to go on, but they did have a nice collection come out with like this and different tones of grey as lipsticks as well. Oops. And I thought they were really cool. Then we got 435, which is not a black, it's a dark purple, but it looks very black, and it's also a matte finish, but this actually goes on a bit better than the others, so yeah, I do like that one. Then moving on to e.l.f. This one is called Ravishing Rose, which is like a dark rose colour. Not dark, but like a strong enough colour. There is enough colour in that. And that's also kind of like a satin sort of finish. Then this one here is Flirty and Fabulous. It's a hot pink, super, super hot pink. Can't remember when I got these or where I got these. Did I order these online? I don't imagine that I did. Maybe I got them in a goodie bag or something, I don't know. Then this one is Red Carpet. It's just like a classic red. Super classic bright cherry red. Okay, so for this row here, this is all NYX. We have a good bit of NYX, especially with like the glosses and liquid lipsticks and all that kind of stuff coming up soon. Because I have gotten NYX advent calendars and I've just gotten NYX over time. This one here is a butter lipstick, so super nice creamy lipstick. It's in the shade Seashell. Really nice soft pinky peachy kind of colour. I love the texture of these. I love the butter gloss as well, which I have a good few of those coming up whenever I do my gloss video. This next one here is also a butter gloss. This is Root Beer Flow, and I love this colour. I actually wore this at some point last year in one of my videos, and I loved how this looked. Such a beautiful colour, and the texture of these is so, so nice. Then we've got this one here is Ripe Berry. I think I may have actually worn this one as well. Or maybe I was going to wear this one and I wore the other one instead. This is a beautiful dark berry colour. Then we've got this one here is one of my absolute favourites. This is one of their ultra creamy or super creamy lipsticks in the shade Power. And it's like this greyish purple. And I just think it's so pretty. I love that colour. It's a weird colour, but I love it. Then we've got this one here is the matte lipstick. It's in the shade... Where are you? Natural. And I actually have a small version of this as well in one of the smaller sizes, but it's just a beautiful nudie pinky colour, like perfect lip colour kind of colour. And this next one is the exact same, so I'm not going to swatch that one again. Then this one here, I do have two because I got one in an advent calendar and I got one in a glossy box, or one in a different advent calendar, I can't remember. I have two. And I don't mind having two. And to me, actually, they do. Actually, I may swatch that one because this, I feel like the reason I kept it is because it did look a bit different. Maybe they changed it slightly. Did they look exactly the same to you guys? Because to me, this one looks like it's a tiny bit warmer. And this one looks a tiny bit cooler. But they say they're the same colour. So, I mean, I don't know. Then we've got this one here. It's called Whipped Caviar. I got this one just December gone, which is a little bit deeper than Natural. And that was in my advent calendar. This next one was an advent calendar from last year. This one is called Indie Flick. Super bright orange. It's a stunning orange. It's also a matte finish. All of these ones here are matte finish from now on. Then we've got this one here is Perfect Red. I got this one just December gone in my advent calendar. And it is the Perfect Red. It's so stunning. These go on really nice. And then we've got this one here is Eden. This is a different red. It is a little bit brighter. Just a tad, a little bit brighter, tiny bit more orange in that one. And then we've got Fluff Piece. I don't know what that means. And it's a super cotton candy, bubblegummy kind of pink. Really, really nice. But I do prefer this kind of pink more, but it's still a nice pink to have. Alrighty guys, we are on the home stretch. If you are still with me, I applaud you. Thank you so much. But we've got 4 more NYX, and then the rest of this row is Kat Von D or KVD Vegan Beauty, which is now what it's now called. But when I bought it, it was still Kat Von D. So we're going to start over here, and this is again another matte lipstick from NYX, and it's in the shade, where is my shade? Shocking Pink. Oh, I actually wore this in my pink color series look, or was it? Yeah, it was. And like I said, it's matte, and it's definitely like a magenta pink. Has a little bit of a purpley tone to it compared to that other pink that I showed you. And we're going to get into some pinks over here as well. So this one here then is a bit more of a berry tone. It's called Siren. I'm pretty sure I got this one this year, like this Christmas just gone. Super nice berry tone, classic wine sort of shade. And then this one is called Up the Base, which is a bit more purple but has a bit more of a grey sort of tone to it. Like that. These just go on so nice. I really need to use these a lot more. And then this last one is a weird colour. It's like a periwinkle sort of shade. It's called Sorbet. Bay as in B-A-E. And that's how this one looks. I got this one last year. How fun. Very nice. Now on to Kat Von D. So this one here, I'm pretty sure you can still get. Or KVD Vegan Beauty. And then these ones I bought in a set, or my mom got them in a set for me for Christmas. So this one here is the Studded Kiss lipstick in the shade Double Dare. It's such a nice little colour. Like warm nude. Really nice colour. It'd be really nice in the summer, like with a nice warm bronzy look. Then these ones here were in a set together. So this one is called Babe. And it's super, super bright pink. And then shockingly, the next one is also a bright pink, but this one is a bit more warm, and this one is called Ziggy. I love the names, they're so cute. Has a bit more warmth in it. So they are different, although they are all pink. They are different enough for like to warrant having them all. And then this one is more like that first pink here. This one is called Crush. Can't remember when I used it, but I didn't use it too long ago. They're all matte as well. Then this next one here is a bit more of a lavender shade, and this one is called Aussie. Lavender, beautiful, love it. It's very hard to get a colour like that in lipstick as well, unless you go specifically looking for it. Then this one here is Roxy, is a bit more of a violet. Darker kind of purple, almost a royal. It's nearly leaning into a royal kind of purple, but not quite. And then this last one is called Zero, and it's a grey, like a true grey. No undertones, no nothing. It's just grey, and I adore it. Okay, second last row, guys. We are nearly there. This one here is a Huda lipstick. It's the only Huda lipstick that I have, and I really want more now. I haven't actually even worn it yet, but the texture that this feels going on. This one's called Wedding Day. It's a matte lipstick. I got this in my Glossy Box Advent Calendar this year, but for a matte lipstick, this goes on. It just glides. It just completely glides. That colour is stunning. That classic 90s nude brown lip. So pretty. I love it. I want more. Next up then, this is a L'Oreal Colour Riche Flamingo Elegance 136, and this is more of a brighter, no, I would say, okay, it's a bright when you look at it, but when it's on, it's actually a softer kind of pink, which is nice. It's a random one. I'm pretty sure like my auntie gave me this or something like that ages ago, but I really like it. It's never a colour I would have picked up for myself, but I actually like it now that I have it. Next up then we've got some Clinique, and I got these in Clinique Advent Calendars. So this one is Clinique Pop Matte lip colour and primer in the shade 01 Blushing Pop. I love this colour. She is such a nice colour, like a tan nude. How fun. Very nice. I would say matte, but not super matte. Not as matte as this guy. Then next, this one here is a Clinique Pop lip colour. So not a matte, and this is Love Pop number 13. Bit more of a berry winey kind of pink. Definitely more like a satin finish, which is lovely. Then another Clinique, we've got Nude Pop 01. This is just a normal one, not a matte one as well. And this one is like lighter. I actually love this as well. It's such a nice soft nude. Really nice with Whirl Lip Liner from MAC. Whirl Lip Liner is like my go-to nude lipstick, by the way. Then we've got some Makeup Revolution. And this one is no shade. Lovely, great. It's this colour. This colour. I got it in their advent calendar like last year. It's a lovely colour, but I'd say it's like so similar to that Clinique one that if you wanted a colour like it, go for the Clinique one, because I don't know if you can actually get this one. And then also Makeup Revolution, it's like this rosy kind of colour. It opens really weird. Why does it do that? And then this one here is, to me, a bit like Plumpful from MAC. So if you wanted something similar to that, you've got Plumpful from MAC. Next up then, these are definitely discontinued by now. These are the Tanya Burr Cosmetics. When Tanya Burr used to do makeup, and the packaging is beautiful. This one's kind of broken though, it doesn't click closed anymore, but the packaging is still stunning. I love the square box, it fits perfectly in my little, the way I've organised everything. And this is in the shade Belgian Truffle. My friend got me a set with these in it, and this was in it. 2 lipsticks. They're a matte finish, but sheer, like you do have to build it up a little bit. But yeah, they're just really, really pretty, really nice. And nice colours, but I wouldn't really use them on camera because you definitely can't get them anymore. Then this one here is Winter, is more of a berry colour. Definitely a deeper kind of colour, but again, you still have to build it. They don't just go on full whack, especially for a matte finish. You would definitely have to build it. Then we've got this one here is a Too Faced. I don't know if they still do these anymore. This is Marshmallow Bunny. I loved this lip colour. I particularly love it in spring. Like an Eastery kind of look. Very soft pink. Very similar to this kind of pink. Love it. I think it's so pretty. And then this is Illamasqua. I got this in a glossy box. And it is the Antimatter lipstick in the shade Nebula. Super bright pink. They had 2. It was out for Halloween. They had 2 different boxes. One was the light and one was the dark. And the other one was the dark. Like the one I didn't get was the dark one. And I was very sad I didn't get the dark one because it was like a really nice purple. Also from Illamasqua in it. I got the pink. But it's kind of a purpley pink, so I don't mind. I'm not mad at it. Alrighty guys, so last row, we are nearly done. So this one here actually, and a couple, I'll point out which ones, I got in a Sephora favorites box when I went to New York. Like, when did I go to New York? 2013, so 7 years ago, 8 years ago nearly. 7 years ago, because it would have been this year 7 years. But yeah, and it was full of lip products. They always do them every year, a selection of their best sellers. And at the time I got that Too Faced Marshmallow Bunny lipstick, and I got this and a couple others that I have around the place, or I've either gotten rid of or they've been used up over the years because it has been 7 years. So this one here is from Tarte. It's what are you called? The Glamazon Pure Performance 12-hour lipstick. It's in the shade Inspired. And it's super small and teeny weeny, so skinny. It's a lovely colour though, and it does go on really soft, like softer than you think it's going to go on, especially for something that's long lasting as it says. It does go on really, really creamy, but I'd imagine it just like sets down after a while. Then we've got this one here. I got this, when did I get this? Oh, this was in that set as well. That is for favorites. It's Bare Minerals Never Say Never. Says Marvelous Moxie as well, but I'm gonna go with Never Say Never. And this is just a nice mid-tone classic pink on the slightly darker side, but it's really lovely. And then we've got this one, which is Kat Von D, when it was still Kat Von D, and this was also in that little set, and it's so small and teeny weeny. This is like the really old old packaging. It's foiled love. I kept the like this kind of stuff because it reminds me of being in New York and I love it. And just like a shimmery red with a slight orangey sort of undertone. And then I've got this little Makeup Forever one. This is C211 or 8C02. I don't know which one. Both numbers are there and I don't know which one is which because they don't go by names in Makeup Forever, kind of like Ingla. This one I got in a advent calendar. I think it was the Debenhams advent calendar actually. But look how pigmented that goes on. That is such a nice colour. I do not wear that colour enough. It's like a cool toned, pinky, mauvey, browny kind of colour. Then another Makeup Forever one, I actually got this at an event. Makeup Forever held this like charity event and they had like, it was around Christmas time, so all winter inspired cocktails and all, and everyone got a little goodie bag, and this was in my goodie bag. They had like drag queens and everything performing. It was a fun night. It was a fun time. But this is like a red that's like a sheer glossy red. Not my favourite kind of red in the world, but it's a nice red. I would have to use a pencil with that though on my lips. Then I've got this sleek lipstick here, and this is called Mystic. It's a matte finish. Doesn't look matte in the bullet, it looks shiny, but it does go on very matte. It's very like MAC's Heroin. It's maybe a tiny bit more pink than that, but it's very similar to that. Then we also have a sleek one here. I got this in a sleek advent calendar, I'm pretty sure. This is the shade Couture. It's the Lip VIP lipstick in the shade Couture, and it's a super nice classic burgundy, not too red, not purple, a really dark burgundy, like a red and a brown mixed together. And then I have this guy here. This is the Soap and Glory Sexy Mother Pucker Matte Lip. It's really weird because it looks like a pencil, but you twist it like a lipstick. It's very strange. This is in the shade Firecracker. Now this is a neon orangey corally shade. That's such a good colour in the summer. Very excited. I always keep it around for the summertime. Then I have this guy here. This is a Wet n Wild lipstick. It's called Cashmere. I think my mom got me this when she went to New York herself, like separate from me. And this is like a bronze grey antique-y kind of colour. It's so pretty. Very weird and unique. That's why I have it. And then I have this Kiko lipstick. I bought this when I went to Italy. How do I get it out? Oh yeah. You click it down and you pull it out. And I bought it because it's a dark purple, and that's just me in a lipstick. And but look how dark. It's even darker. It's almost black. It's so dark, but it has slight creaminess to it, which I really like. I really need to wear that a bit more. That is the number 522. And then this last one here is from, where are you from? Luna by Luna. I got this in a glossy box actually just there in like November. And or was it October? I don't know, it was one of them. And this is the shade Pixie. It's their lipsticks, and this is just a nice kind of a peachy. It's not as bright as this corally shade, but it could lean coral if you wanted it to. Very nice soft colour, but has colour in it. Really nice. So that is it. I am tired. My goodness, my back hurts and my arm is so stained. Whew, that was a long time. So let's go back to Carla in the past where she did the outro, because I can't talk anymore right now. I'm so sorry. Alright guys, so that was our lipstick collection. I know it's probably a long video. I think it is a long video. I don't know, I'm sorry, but I like putting these on even in the background and just kind of having them on while I'm doing things. If I'm filming or if I'm editing or something like that, I like putting them on so I can kind of just watch and glance over every now and again and see them. So if you want to do that, that's fun. I find them very relaxing to watch. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. Give me a big thumbs up down below so you can help me out. It's the easiest and simplest and cheapest of ways to help me out, even though everything I do is free, but whatever. And also hit subscribe down below to see more of these videos coming up. We're going to move on to glosses as far as I can think, and we'll move on from there. We'll get into even more fun stuff. But yeah, I also have this look coming up in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I think. This look will be up. It'll also be up on my Instagram after the video goes live, so you can go follow that down below if you want to see up close pictures of this look when it goes live. And also leave me a comment down below. What was your favourite lipstick? Is there anything in my collection that has inspired you to buy? Or is there anything you already have in your collection that is the same as my collection? Anything limited edition, because I do tend to buy a lot of limited edition. Anything limited edition that you have or are lusting after that I have. So yeah, let me know down below in the comments. And I will see you in the next video, guys.